This is Knight Evans. We're moving in on target. Definite signs of Enclave activity. Target spotted. Engaging now. Evans out.
Hello and thanks for joining me for my second episode of Side Stories. This is going to be a bust-up between the Brotherhood of Steel and the Enclave, where we may just have an unexpected guest along the way. Players today we have two knights in T45 power armour. One is carrying a penetrating laser pistol and a power fist, and the second is carrying a minigun. Joining them we have three Brotherhood of Steel initiates, all wearing recon armour and carrying laser rifles. Up against them for the Enclave, we have three trooper scouts, all wearing Enclave scout armour. First one carrying a combat rifle, second a submachine gun, and the third is carrying a 10mm pistol and a ripper. With them we have two armoured trainees, again in scout armour. The first has a laser pistol and ripper, and the second with a sniper rifle, and just a standard trainee, again in scout armour. He's got a laser rifle and a ripper. The board for this match is a 2x2, most of it's going to be a scrapyard. The Enclave objective for this is to get to the Deathclaw nest, secure an egg, and escape off the bottom of the board. Brotherhood of Steel are just there to stop them. So let's get started with round one. To start off, initiate number 1 is going to take a move up the field and then take a long distance pot shot at the Enclave. So hitting on 5s, that's an armour break, so that's 2 damage straight through. Enclave's turn. This guy is going to take a couple of moves, end up behind cover, behind that junk pile there. Next up, we're going to move the knight. He's going to take a single move up the board, and then take a shot at the same guy as before. So that's a crit with an armour break, because he's only got 1 energy resistance armour. That's 1 dead guy. Up next, the Enclave. We're going to have the trooper on top of the storage container there, taking a couple of shots at the knight. So he's within long distance. So he's hitting on 6s for this. That's a hit with 2 extra damage there, so that's 4 damage against 2 plus 1 armour. And he blocks 3, takes 1 damage. Second shot is a miss. Up next for the Brotherhood of Steel, the second knight's going to take a couple of stomps up the board there. Back over to the Enclave. That trainee with a laser rifle is going to take a single move, and then he's going to take a shot into the knight. And that's a miss. So we've got the second Brotherhood of Steel initiate. He's going to take a couple of moves into cover behind the entrance there. Up next, Scout with a combat rifle. He's going to take 2 shots into the knight. So first roll is a miss. Second shot, that's a hit, 2 armor break, so he's just got his 1 strong armor resistance, so he takes 1 damage. So we've got our final initiate for the Brotherhood of Steel. He's going to take 2 moves, and he's going to move into cover behind the other entrance post there. Up next for the Enclave, we have the Scout with a machine gun. Scout with a machine gun, first attack. That's a crit with 3 damage, and he blocks all of it. Second attack, that's a hit, 2 plus 1 damage. And he takes the 2. Scout with a 10mm pistol, his first attack. That's a crit with 3 damage. Blocks 1, takes 2. And his second attack, that's a miss there. Up first for the Brotherhood of Steel, we've got the Knight with a minigun. He's going to take 5 shots into the Enclave there. So first shot, and that's a crit. So that's 1 damage against 2 armor. Fluffs it, so he takes the 1 damage. Next shot, that's also a hit with an extra damage there, so it's 2 damage against 2 armor. Rolls a 1, so he manages to block 1 and take 1. Third shot, that's a quick action with an armor break, so it is 1 damage against 1 armor, and he blocks it. Fourth shot, he has a miss there. Fifth shot, that's a hit with an additional damage, so that's 2 damage against 2 armor, and he takes the 2 damage. So that's our Knight with a minigun, just taking out the first of the scouts there. Up next, we're going to have the second scout. He's going to take a couple of moves to try and secure that Deathclaw egg there. Then we're going to take our Knight with his penetrating laser pistol. He's going to move into position there and take a shot upfield at the guy with the laser rifle. And that's a miss. Next, we're going to have the Enclave trainee take 2 shots at our Knight in power armor there. So, first shot, that's a hit. Manages to block 1, so that's 1 goes through. Second, that's a crit with 2 plus 1. And his armor blocks 1 of those. So our initiate here is going to take 2 shots into the Enclave scout at the top of the field there with his laser rifle. Let's see how he gets on there. So first shot, that's a miss. And for second one, that's also a miss. And we're going to have our scout at the top there with his machine gun. He's going to take a couple of shots into that Knight there. So the first shot, that's a crit with an armor break. It's actually 3 damage into 1 plus 1 armor. So manages to block the 1, takes 2. And the second shot is a miss. And to finish off the round, we're going to have our next initiate. He's going to take a single move. and then he's going to take a shot. And that's a miss. So the top of round 3, we've got Deathclaw paying a visit to the table, coming to see who's going after their egg. So the Deathclaw, he's going to get a single move, so he's moving in position against the closest guy there, which just happens to be that poor little initiate. It's just not his day. Missing all his shots. Now he's got a Deathclaw breathing down his neck. So we're going to take the Enclave Scout. Because he's got the egg there, he's going to take a move down the board. And he's going to attempt to jump over that fence to try and escape. And he's completely fluffed it. Up next, the Knight's going to take 2 shots at the Scout with his penetrating laser pistol. So first shot, that's a hit. All that damage goes through, so that's 2 damage. Second attack is also a hit, so that's 2 damage against 1 armor. And that's 1 dead Scout there. Up next, our last remaining Scout's going to take a dash across the board. He's going to secure that Deathclaw egg, see if he can do any better at scaling that fence than his friend did. Up next, we've got the Minigun Knight. He's going to take some shots into that sniper guy. So, first shot, that's a hit. 1 damage against 2 armor. And he blocks it. Second shot, that's also a hit. 1 damage against 2 armor. And the 1 damage goes through. For his third attack, that's 2 damage against 2 armor. That all goes through. Fourth attack, that's a miss. And 5th attack, that's also a miss there. So our trainee with the sniper rifle is going to return the favour on that knight there. Shot number 1. That's a hit for 2 damage. And he blocks 1, takes 1. Second shot. That's a crit with an armor break. And he takes 2 damage there. Up next, our initiate can feel this guy breathing down his neck, so he's going to turn round and face off against the Deathclaw. So that's 2 attacks, hitting on 3s because he's in close combat and he doesn't have anything but his laser rifle. That's a miss. And that's also a miss. We're going to move this other initiate in to the Deathclaw. The -2 close combat's going to be negated because they're actually outnumbering the figure. So that's 1 move, gets 1 attack. So that's a hit. Deathclaw's got 2+1 strong armor. And he takes 1 damage. I think our third initiate, seeing what the other 2 are up to, is going to join the fight there. So it's 1 move into combat. He gets a single attack as well. And he's missed. To end this round, we're going to have the Deathclaw he's going to take a swipe at the guy in the middle. So that's a hit with a stun. That's 2 damage against 2 armor. And that guy takes 2 damage. Second attack, same guy. He's got a hit with an armor break and a push. So that's 2 damage against 2 armor. And he blocks all the damage, but he's still going to get pushed an inch back again. And remember, he's still got that stun from the first attack. So before he can do anything next round, he's going to have to shake off that stun, use an action to do that. So top of the round, the scout's going to attempt to climb over this fence and see if he can move away where his friend failed. So he's got an agility of 7, and he's rolled a crit. So he's going to successfully climb over that fence. And then he's going to take a single move of red to get close to that bottom board edge so he can escape. Up next, I think I'm going to take the Initiate, who was shoved away. Like I said, he's going to use his first action to clear that stun. Second action, he's going to take a shot at the Trooper Scout there. So that's a crit. That is 2 damage against 1 armor. Doesn't block any of it and takes 2 damage. Up next, we've got the Sniper. He's going to take some more shots against that knight there. So, first shot. That's a miss. Second shot. That's a hit. So that's 2 + 1 strong armor there. So it blocks 1, takes 1. So we're going to have this knight. He's going to take a walk in and move into the Deathclaw there. He's going to try bonking him on the head with his minigun. And absolutely no damage there. Because they outnumber the Deathclaw, the Initiate can move out freely without having an opportunity attack on him. And he's going to take a shot at the Trooper Scout there. And that sadly is a miss. So, Trooper at the top of the board here, he's going to take 2 shots into the knight there. First shot. That's a miss. Second shot. We have a crit with 3 damage, and he's actually going to set this knight on fire. So the knight blocks 2, takes 1, and he's on fire now. So there's nobody who'll really be able to get into position, I think, to stop this scout, so I'm going to move him off the bottom of the board there. And that, despite being almost completely wiped out, is a victory for the Enclave.
Package secured, returning to base. Mission failed. The Enclave got what they came for. Knight Evans requesting vertibird pickup.
Do you think we'll run into them again?
I sure hope so. Next time we'll be victorious.
Coming soon from Modiphius. Ever wanted to play as a suave operator? Or are you more of a pack animal? Then join us in Nuka World for Fallout Factions, the new tabletop skirmish game from Modiphius. Looks like you've had a bit of a spill. And who doesn't love some Nuka-Cola? So many dice. You can find all this and much, much more in the Fallout Factions starter set. So why not drop in by Nuka World? We're just dying to see you. Fallout Factions from Modifius. Released mid-April.